Hey, welcome back to the third season cooking kitchen. Hi guys. Welcome back, folks. Here we are. It's Saturday night, and I've got a little bit of flirting with goth going on. A dark ale from the Bookstore Brewing Company here in Winnipeg. What we're making tonight, a lot of moving parts, is going to look like that. Chicken finger, chicken cutlet, call it what you will. That's been frozen and thawed, and it is made from scratch, as you can see, chicken breast here. And then, as you can also see here, picked up a package of six chicken breasts, 30% off from $14.93. So that, I've got my mouth over here, comes out to $10.45 for this package of chicken breasts in Canadian dollars. 1.152 kilos or 2.5 pounds. When you take the 30% off, $10.45 for the package, that makes us $9 a kilo or $4.12 a pound. Pretty good deal. Because from this, what we're going to do is we're going to make chicken fingers. Now, let's move over here. Really simply, we're going to, I've just recently discovered cutting this way to make chicken fingers as opposed to this way, which I've done in the past. The advantage of doing this way is that your chicken is when you flatten it out, when you pound it out, it's just a little bit, it breaks down the fibers a bit better and makes them just a little bit easier to eat. And it's going to be a big one. Get that one pounded out. And then this one. Now, as I said, lots going on here because what I'm trying to do here is cook this in real time and make it in real time and show you all the different steps in real time. So that means that things are happening very quickly. Okay. Raw chicken, wash your hands. Just saying. Okay. This is a chicken cutlet at 375 for 6 minutes. Halfway done. Now I'm going to give it a flip. So I made these, I don't know, about a week ago. And it's using this method. And the whole idea behind this method is that you know exactly what it is you're eating. You can buy chicken fingers from a store for probably around, I'm going to say, not much more, if any more, maybe less, than what the pricing I just went through with you. But I can guarantee, because I've looked at the packaging, and the packaging on chicken fingers is always like you have the breading, which has 75 ingredients in it, as opposed to what I'm going to show you 2. You have this breading enrobement of the chicken, and it's monster thick. This is really thin and fine. Okay, so let's pound this out first. All we're going to do, I use the flat edge. If you like using the spiky edge, you can use the spiky edge. I like doing it this way because this is all it takes. Chicken breasts, nice and simple. Just flattening them out. This one a bit bigger. Takes a bit more work. There you go. And there we have, I make them to 3s, 6 breasts, all flattened out like that. Okay, I'm going to keep them here because I'm going to work over here. Now, so what I like to do with chicken is to marinate it or just let it soak in buttermilk. I don't know about you, buttermilk is not exactly something I keep in the fridge a lot. So I make a fake buttermilk. That's about a tablespoon or so of vinegar. And also use lemon juice. To that, I'm going to add about a cup, or fill it to about a cup of milk. I'm going to let that sit for at least 5 minutes. the vinegar is going to mix with the milk, and it's going to curdle up, not curdle up, it's going to get buttermilky, which is like that. I made that earlier. And from that, you're going to put your pounded out chicken breasts into a pan of buttermilk. You can't really see them because I got a lot of buttermilk. Okay, so I'm going to move this back. Don't need this right here. All right, no worries. Here, we're going to add panko. Panko breading is just nice and easy. It works. You can use breadcrumbs if you want to. The advantage of panko is it makes for a really nice bite, nice chew on the breading, and it's really easy. To that, we're going to add some High's seasoning salt, and go with your heart. About 3/4 of a teaspoon. That's probably about a cup or so of breadcrumbs. We're going to move that over here. We're going to move this up here. So 3 minutes over there. Now, the beautiful thing about using buttermilk is you can basically you don't have to put them in flour and dry them out. You can put them right into the breadcrumbs. Now, if you saw my face and you see me doing this, that's because my dry hand, good to have a wet hand and a dry hand, I touch the chicken with. So we don't want to do that. So we're going to just put that, once it's dry, you can just keep using the dry hand to move things around, the wet hand to grab the second breast of chicken. Okay? So there we have one cutlet, or one chicken finger. If you want to make them into actual finger-looking things, you can. If you want to make, this is just a really rustic way to hack open a chicken and to pound it out. So it doesn't have to be perfect. But if you're doing this for somebody that really likes perfect food, by all means, feel free to do it in a more, pound them out and then square them off or cut them into different pieces. Cut them differently. As I said, I used to cut them more lengthwise down the chicken breast, and then I started doing this, and I like the way this works better. Okay, so I have, break that up out of it. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, though the size doesn't matter. It doesn't really impact the cooking all that much. And as you know, when you put breading into an air fryer, if it is dry, it just stays dry. So what we need to do, and chicken breasts themselves aren't exactly the most fatty, rich part of the chicken. In fact, it's quite dry. So, but it makes for lovely chicken fingers. So we're going to do that. I think I have one more. I have a little wee piece. So we're just going to do that real quick. Okay. We're going to move this. We're going to push this off to the side. Put that back over there. And then what you would do with these pieces, just to sort of show this step real quick, is open up your thing, your saran wrap, and then just lay the chicken breasts, chicken fingers into the milk. If you are in the situation like I am, where you need to add more milk, then you do. So this was a cup of milk, so I'm just going to fill that up. Okay. And then just let that rest. We're going to check on these. Now I put these into the air fryer for 6 minutes on one side and then 6 minutes on the other. So for a total of 12 minutes. And they look like this. Oh, that's why. That was me looking desperately for this pair of tongs. Out they come, and that's how they look. Now, the one step I haven't showed you yet that I'm going to really quickly pop this one in. And so this is on a 375 air fryer. And again, 6 minutes on one side, 6 minutes on the other. You grab your oil, and what you want to do is just drizzle some drops of oil on here. And, you know, you can be, it doesn't fully matter, at least I haven't discovered, whether it's completely even or not. You just want to get it covering most of it. Then you give it a flip. And you do the other side. This goes into I put mine into the freezer for about anywhere between 2 hours and 2 days, if I forget about them. And then I package them up into little wee small bits. So I have prepackaged dinners of chicken fingers. So that's about 276 grams. This is 256 grams. I like to measure things up. We got that, we got that. We're just gonna do this. Now, in a more civilized way, I would normally take a fork and a knife and I would cut a piece off. But tonight I'm just gonna do this. Just gonna break a little piece of it off. And I'm gonna break this open. You can see that you have mostly chicken and just a little light bit of breading. And if you want thicker chicken fingers, don't pound it out as much. If you don't, away you go. This is some homemade honey dill sauce. And let's do the taste test. Dinner is going to be great in another 9.5 minutes because it's got to flip. Folks, here we go. The beautiful thing about these chicken fingers, what did I say? $10.50 for the package, $5 a pound. I get about three cutlets out of each chicken breast. There were 6 of them and there were 18. So anyway you slice it, we're going to end up with a really good cost savings on your purchases and some really yummy food because these chicken fingers are so much better than the breading delivery devices of small bits of chicken. Cheers, and hope to see you again. Thanks so much. Whether you're transitioning from college to high school to college to life on your own, whether it's working or not, and then maybe life with somebody else, or maybe moving on from somebody else to life on your own. 3rd season, here we go. Have a lovely weekend. Cheers.